You're listening to the Wife Wednesday Radio Network. Find, follow, and like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more. You can hear us across the U.S. and around the world on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Now, here are your favorite radio wives.
Hey everybody, it's Wednesday and I'm one of your wives, Sina.
And I'm Nicole.
We're back with a whole new season of the Wife Wednesday show, and you can now find us on every major podcast platform across the country.
That's right. So sit back, relax, and join us for this week's episode here on the Wife Wednesday Radio Network. Welcome back. It's the beginning of August and the 1 month closer to fall, people. Listen, I'm tired of this heat. But let's talk about fact of the week. I've got in 1790, the first United States Census was conducted. There were 3,929,214 people counted that year. I feel like there was probably more.
I'm sorry, what year?
1790.
Oh. Remember, women and children don't count as people then.
They do not count. And then in 1876, in Jack McCall shot Wild Bill Hickok in the back as he played poker at a saloon in Deadwood in the Dakota Territory. Wild Bill held black aces and eights, which became known as a dead man's hand.
Oh, shit. Pause for a second.
Okay, paused.
Do you know what I still haven't made a character for? Remember I said we were going to have a cowboy from the past come into our story?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I got to think about that.
Oh, my God.
That made me think of it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So,
okay. Back. And then in 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937 was passed in America, making marijuana and all its products illegal. And here we are today.
You want to know why? You want to know why?
Why?
Because people were developing hemp oil run cars at that point.
And heaven forbid.
And the gasoline industry was like...
I mean, it's also in the middle of the Great Depression.
Yeah, everything was banned.
Yeah. And here's the... I got by this fact. I did not read the date at first, and then I was like, wow, that sounds crazy for it to be this close to the 2000s and me not know about it. I'm going to read it, and then I'll tell you the date. Crime lord Simon Phoenix escaped from cryo prison and had a crime spree in San Angeles from the Demolition Man. It said date August 3rd, 2032.
I mean,
I love that movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh my gosh, it's good. It has Sylvester Stallone and the guy who plays Simon Phoenix, Wesley Snipes. I think it is Wesley Snipes. And Sandra Bullock. It's so good. It's so good and like
you
futuristic.
The plot with Sandra Bullock. You were like, by the way, I forgot the garnish.
Yeah,
and it makes
she's in there and young, and she's like she's a cop. Like they have spoilers. They have sex via goggles and like a VR. Like there's no physical touching.
VR sex?
Yes, literally there is none. No physical touching for sex.
How do they actually get off?
By their minds, like every other woman.
No,
not everyone is like you, Sina.
I'm sorry to all the women who can't come.
Yeah. All right, welcome to the show. If this is your first time, sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Hope you have a good time.
We have a good time, not a long time.
All right. So first thing on my list is didn't see my wife for 2 weeks for good reasons, but still salty.
I mean, I did come in and see you at your work.
That's because you had to.
Because I had to.
Do you want to tell the world?
So, I am in the process of job shadowing, applying for a new job so that way I can work with my wife.
Guys, we'll have so much more tea.
According to some haters, we don't we see each other enough?
Once a week, you know?
Once a week?
Yeah. Cena's still pretty salty about it.
I'm doing the flaky salt right off my elbow thing onto the steak.
But yeah, I didn't like not seeing you for 2 weeks.
I also did not like.
But also, I get it.
I had literally no time last weekend.
Because one, you went out on Saturday.
First of all, let me preface this with, I am not getting divorced.
Oh, yeah, no.
Andrew is very concerned that anything I was tagged in,
I figured.
People are thinking I'm the person getting divorced.
No,
and I'm like,
no one's thinking that at all.
No. I'm like, I was not the one in the pink cowboy hat.
No one's thinking that.
Right?
You were not at front and center.
No, not at all. But anyways, so I went to a divorce party for one of my dear friends, Bridget B. This is your shout out. It was amazing. It was the best party I had ever been to.
Let's talk about this because I loved it. I loved everything about it. And then my mom was like, "Did you see that they had this thing for her?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Bridget
She's like,
not only planned for it.
After she let him treat her like that for going back to her, I'm like, well, at least she did it now. And that's all that matters. So there's that point of view. And then
I'm going to roll my eyes.
Then
there was my skull.
Then I went and saw my grandma yesterday. And this will surprise you. She's like, I wish it was a thing when I had both of my divorces.
Let's throw Susan a like way late divorce party.
Literally, I was like, you want to have a divorce party for both your parties now? Because we can.
Like, what we could do is get a cake and then have like 2 wedding figurines.
Yes.
And then just like cut it in half.
And I can say this because this grandfather will never listen to it. Only Sean's father. Sorry, not sorry. She's like, and he was evil. So I needed it. I'm like, well, you got 3 good things out of it.
Yes. But Susan, we will throw you a divorce party if you want one.
Literally, yes. You tell me, babes.
Just say when. But it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, for one,
first of all, like,
so bougie, and I loved it.
So Bridget like earned this.
Oh, for sure.
And her work. So she had to put in all this crazy overtime earlier this year, because they had like a huge work crisis thing.
Okay.
And they gave her these options.
What did she do again?
She's a wealth management.
Yes, that's it. Go ahead. Financial person. Okay, yes.
And she literally hustled so hard and like took up all this responsibility that wasn't hers and like went down with the ship with her company.
Yeah.
And there were other people as well. And, you know, she just worked so hard and they reward their staff.
Yeah.
And she had these different package options. And listen, B, not to tell all your secrets, but I'm going to tell you a secret right here. She was originally supposed to do this with the ex. Go spend this night up in Cleveland and have a great time.
Fuck that.
So we definitely took all of these gift cards that she had, and we had a divorce party literally on her work.
Yeah. Yes.
We had a great time.
Well deserved.
And then, not only that, this is the most exciting part. Because one of the girls, Kelly, that was there, she was being like the social media manager, and we were like posting and hashtagging things. The Today Show contacted Bridget and like, hey, this was really cool. We found you by the hashtags.
Yeah.
What do you think about being featured on a segment?
Yeah.
And like they had reached out to other women that were doing that as well.
I watched the segment.
You did?
Yes, I did. I was like, oh my God.
And then like literally like pictures from our party for Bridget.
Yeah, we're featured.
We're on there. And okay, the thing I've got to say is I took some pictures of Bridget and some of them are in that post. And I have this best memory of the night. And okay, we're all sloshed.
Yes.
were in this pink Hummer or Cadillac limo.
Dude, yeah. The guy was great. I saw the video
Literally
of the
him
guy
dancing.
dancing.
During a red light, he got out of the car and danced in the road for us.
Hey,
on the street.
He made that money. He made that money.
But okay, so while we're
Miss Ma'am. I'm sorry, Dustin and all listeners. She was climbing up
the screen. Bootsy.
Ma'am. Go ahead.
But we're all in the limo, we're singing music, and there was a little bit of traffic. And at first we couldn't get the windows open the first time we were in the limo. Yeah. But then on our way back, we could get the windows down. Oh, and so Bridget hangs out the back of the window.
Yes.
And she's like singing. She's dancing. She's got her cowboy hat. Literally, like, people are cheering and clapping. Yes. And like this limo is like bouncing because we're like, the music is so loud.
Yeah.
We're bopping. We're all singing. We're all like, and Bridget's got her arms out the window. And some guy went, "Okay, hottie," to her.
Yes.
And she was just laughing and having a great time. And I have this picture of her with her arms out the window and she's laughing. And I just sat there and stared at her and I'm like, oh, look, I have goosebumps.
It's literally a moment.
It was the moment.
It's a good moment.
And that was my favorite moment of the night because I could see all of the darkness and everything that he did to her. Yeah. It was gone. Mm-hmm. And like, she was just like full smiling with her eyes, her face, her body, everything. And I was like, yes, there it is.
You could just see it.
That was the moment.
It wasn't a fake. It wasn't like a fake moment to be posted on Instagram. It was like a raw moment.
Yeah. And I like almost cried because I was like, she's so happy right now. And she has never been more beautiful to me.
Oh, yeah.
And then, okay, so I thought inside this limo, there was a bunch of stuff, right?
Yes.
There was like this little LED light thing, which I swear she told me someone handed to her from the street. And so I stole it and I didn't know.
Oh my God.
And I was like, "Here, Bridget." And I'm like, "You forgot this." And she's like, "Did you steal that from me?" Which someone else stole her a cup from somewhere. And I'm like, "I thought this was yours." And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh my God." So I accidentally committed theft and I feel really guilty about that.
My God. Imagine Cena just calling the limo company. "I'm really sorry. I really thought it was hers. Don't arrest me."
Literally. And I was like, I didn't even know I was going to confess that or not. Like, I was having Catholic guilt.
Oh my
like
gosh. Oh, that's great.
But yeah, it ended up on the Today Show. And I was like, she was like, "Girls, we're celebrities." And I'm like, "Oh my God, my face was on the news."
Yeah, love it.
And I was the oldest person there, and that's never happened.
So hey, we're not that old.
I'm in my 30s.
But Bridget's also like 4 years younger than us. So
yeah, she's 29.
Yes. So, I can feel the change in my body for fall. It doesn't help that TikTok has just become all kinds of spoopy.
I've noticed
autumn's everything. But all I crave is the cold weather and Fleetwood Mac and everything spooky and pumpkin-y. Like, that's all I want. All I want. Everything.
Listen.
I mean, I'm spoopy all year round, but...
Speaking of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Friday or Thursday when band was here.
Yes.
We were talking about the Dixie Chicks. Randomly.
Yes.
And
I love the old Dixie Chicks,
Barney,
not the Chicks.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. And
yes.
Barney was like, "Oh, thanks for calling them the Dixie Chicks." And I'm like, "Listen, I'm sorry if that was somebody.
Yeah.
It was never meant as offense.
No."
And he was like, "Oh yeah, my favorite song by them is Landslide." And I'm like, "That's a cover, right?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" I'm like, "That's by Fleetwood Mac." And Andrew goes, "Really?" And I'm like, "We've been married for 6 years. What do you mean it's not? You don't know it Fleetwood Mac. And they're like,
oh,
they both thought that the Dixie Chicks wrote that. And I'm like,
no,
that
babe.
is Stevie Nicks, baby.
They sound great singing it.
Amazing.
Like, phenomenal.
Love it.
But also,
They are not
Stevie
the original
Nicks.
writers. They are just performers for it.
Yes.
So I gave them a Fleetwood Mac edumacation.
Yes, girl.
That's
They
it.
needed it.
Sorry to interrupt you.
I put this on here, but I don't remember why. I put Batmom status.
Is that because of your new bat?
Oh, yeah,
backpack?
it is. That's exactly it. My backpack. Okay. I ordered this
Bootsy, fuck with those cords and I'm going to make you a muff.
Fuck around and find out, girl. I ordered this bag in April. It's from Dark Mother Co. You're welcome for buying it because it's great.
Is it
She's beautiful.
a diaper bag, technically?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
She originally made it as to be a diaper bag, but so many people who were like, can it be used for other things? Like, so she started making stuff about how it can be a purse or it could be, she's like, not all laptops fit in it, but like, you can literally fit all this stuff in it and use it for so many different things. So it's definitely a diaper bag, but it's definitely my bag.
So is it
as
like
a
a
purse.
cooler bag too?
No, it came with
Okay.
two like long cooler things for like you could fit like 2 bottles in there.
So two
So 2 of them like that.
cups.
Literally. I literally was like, oh, I could fit like so many things in here. Hi.
Yeah, she's gonna climb the back. of
Oh
your
yeah,
chair
totally
here in a
fine.
minute.
Yeah, I am used to that.
Cat motherhood.
Yes. And on top of feeling the cold weather change in my body also means that I want to purge my house.
Me
This
too.
happens at the every end of the summer, beginning of fall. I want to purge everything.
It's because you can open your window
Yeah.
and air out all the energy.
Yes.
And that means getting rid of shit, which is what we both have to do.
Well, yeah, and it's mainly toys.
Yeah.
I need to get rid of toys. Like, it needs to happen. I wish my mother would take my children for a full weekend to where I could have you come over and just help me put things in bags and take them somewhere.
So that way they don't see it.
Yeah, it's
disappear.
harder to go through them when the kids are there because Titus loves everything. He loves all stuffed animals, all of them.
I know. I could never get rid of them when I was a child.
I agree, but it's time to cut the cord. He doesn't play with 90% of them. Right now, it's just the Squishmallows. It's hard being a mom.
Do you think we could get space bags and vacuum them down and hide them until he forgets about them?
I mean, totally.
And then see if he asks for them?
Probably. He would. He has a memory.
Like his mother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Both my children are like me in different ways, and it's a very bad situation at my house right now. Speaking of my children, they're just two very different children, but they are exactly me in all ways. Titus, he has like he's very strong-minded.
I wonder where he gets that from.
And then there's Silas, who is also he is also strong-minded, but stubborn as fuck. Like, it's bad.
It's that Gemini.
And
in
we're
him.
potty training, and he's doing really good. Like, he just walks around without a diaper like I did with Titus. He's doing great. But he'll come up and ask for a diaper because he has to go to the bathroom. And he'll just beg for a diaper so he can go in the diaper. I'm like, no. And he'll throw his head on me and just start crying. I'm like, it's not going to work. I'm just as stubborn as you, babe. You picked the wrong person. I'm not your Grammy who will do anything at the drop of a dime for you.
Oh, Grammys.
Oh, Grammys. They're the best. They're supposed to do that, but mom ain't it, girl. Mom ain't it.
Mom ain't the one.
No. But, so it's been hot at my house. It's hot everywhere. Like, terrible. So I bought an air mattress when we were supposed to go to Shauna is the last time, but then her family got COVID.
Oh yeah.
And I literally blew it up in my room, and we've just been keeping my door shut, and all of us are sleeping in there. They've
That's
just
what
been
we
sleeping.
used to do as kids.
They're just sleeping on the air mattress, and they look so beautiful. When I
Little
go to bed, I'm like,
angels.
you both are angels. And then we woke up the first morning, we woke up to the sirens going off for a tornado at 6 a.m. So that was great. I was very tired yesterday. I took 2 naps.
You.
Less than an hour naps, but 2 naps.
Who
and
are
I
you?
also went school shopping.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I had to go into Walmart and I was sweating like a pig, man. It was so humid. But it's done with. It's done with. I wasn't going to go during tax off free weekend because people. Oh,
I know.
especially at Walmart.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't just Amazon everything.
I thought about it, so. But also wanted to take him to pick out clothes because we picked out some clothes for him, some for Silas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always been a thing. Like when I was growing up, it was you go school shopping. It was just a thing, and it was always fun to me.
Yeah.
And when Silas is older, we're going to take the boys separately so they can have their own. Because when we take them, whoever takes them, or if we both take them, they get like lunch with us and like all the special things. They get like spoiled basically.
So it could be something like Josh takes one, you take one.
Yeah.
And separate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. What's going on with you? Anything else? I have tons of stuff, but I feel like I have taken over the podcast.
Well, no, because I talked about the divorce party for a little bit.
Yeah.
I really actually only have like 2 more catch-up things, and they kind of go together.
Okay.
So I have been obsessed about grocery shopping and meal planning again.
I know.
I never do it, but I send you TikToks all the time. It just... My husband has been consistently working.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just nice to have my bills paid. I'm current on everything, and I have money for food. I have money to go out and do stuff. Like, it just feels good. And I'm not sick to my stomach like I was almost all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, not having that stress feels like the executioner's axe has been lifted off of my neck.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it for my catch up for anything that's not my hypofixation.
Well, Nicole was going through it. Like to where I hated myself fully. It's been a very hard mental health week.
Have you been looking at yourself sideways again?
Yes, I did.
Literally, I was thinking about when I saw my reflection at the restaurant, and I'm like, I feel like...
I went to the bathroom and looked and accidentally turned sideways in the mirror.
And you're like, no, why?
There's literally a bathroom I avoid because there's literally like 2 body mirrors that you have to look into, and then the mirrors that are above the sink.
Oh, wow.
I avoid that bathroom.
Like, you have to step between 2 mirrors?
No, like...
Okay, good.
There's the stalls, and then you walk down and there's a bath, or the sinks. Well, there's a full mirror here, and a full mirror literally right behind the door as you're walking to the sink. You have to look at yourself.
Okay, I'm obsessed with looking at myself.
I know.
But...
Yes. But then I saw myself sideways, and I'm like, you literally...
Why would you do that to me?
I literally start going, why do people even like you?
No.
And that literally, it starts there, and it just declines from there. So, It's been rough. There have been a lot of times where I just wanted to call you crying.
Don't worry. Just think about the
Literally.
Snapchat I sent you.
Yes, I know.
Someone's begging.
Yeah. What else did I have? Oh, I've been having... Why did I put that? Oh, so nightmares.
Nightmares.
You told me about your nightmare you had about Lowry.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I kept losing my damn pants.
Yes.
I always don't have pants in Lowry, and that my current bosses are forcing me to go back and work there.
Yes.
That's my reoccurring
I don't remember
nightmares.
why exactly I wanted to talk about it, but like I think it was just because like I grew up having reoccurring nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
And one was at a doctor's office, and the doctor was a vampire, and my mother was pregnant on the table, and he was just chasing me around her. It was terrifying. And then I have one about school, high school, and that I'm always late to all these classes, and then it starts
the worst.
Then it starts flooding.
Flooding.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's some
I hate high school
underlying
for
issues.
one. And then there are times where I used to have nightmares about Lowry. I don't really anymore.
I only do when I'm stressed.
Yeah. I haven't really had any nightmares lately. I usually tell you if I do.
Yeah.
So.
I had that one this week, I think, because our system was down for 24 hours.
Yes.
And I think I was just like residually stressed from that.
Mm-hmm. It took me, so we started our story, people, our second story.
Thank God.
Literally, it's been a minute, but it took me a minute to get into it. Even when I was writing, when I first started, I was like, I don't know what to write about.
Because it's new.
It's new. I'm like, I don't get the vibe yet. And then you wrote, and then we talked last night, and I'm like, I'm here for it. Now.
And now we're here. I felt
I'm
the same way. I was a little gun shy.
Yeah, literally. I was like, I don't know how to go about it because it's just something's totally new, and it's Raven / Charlotte is just different personality, but same personality.
Same with Gwen / Juliet.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously we stole from our other story.
Yeah.
And
characters remain the same, but
rinse, recycle, and repeated.
Yeah. But you can find out more about that on Nerd Questing, people.
Absolutely.
And then the last thing, it's all over TikTok. Girl dinner.
Let's
talk about girl dinner because I have had girl dinner my whole life, but never called it girl dinner because it's a new fad. So I want to talk about what my girl dinners are. Okay. So some of my girl dinners include dill baby pickles, buttered bread, and string cheese, shredded cheese, sliced cheese, any cheese. Okay. That would be a girl dinner for me. Then I have girl dinner of baked potato, cheese, and ranch.
I thought you were going to say baked beans.
No, it's baked potato cooked in the microwave and cheese, shredded cheese on it, and then ranch. That was something I ate like so much in high school. And like it's like my go-to now. Like I just recently like had a version of it because I didn't really want to eat anything. I haven't really wanted to eat anything at all. I've just been like, I'll make food for them and then I'll like pick at stuff all in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Like I made the baked potato. Then I did one thing where I literally was just eating. So I'm trying to think of it in my fridge, but I just cleaned it out. There's just like all kinds of things that are like my girl dinners because I get to a point where I don't want a full meal. Mm-hmm. I just want little bits of everything.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Ramen is a girl dinner for me.
Mine would be going and eating little bits of whatever I have left over.
Yeah.
Just little bits of it. A taste of this.
Yeah,
and I go,
till you get satisfied. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what I want to eat, but I'm going to try and eat something just because nourishment.
Yeah. Obviously, now that I'm an adult, my girl dinner is in an herb.
Coffee is a girl dinner.
Coffee is a girl dinner.
Yeah, it is.
Especially if I've imbibed. Another one for me, and this has been like I grew up poor.
Yes.
Those really cheap pizzas you would get in the freezer section.
Uh-huh.
And then I would put hot sauce on it.
Yeah.
And that is what I would eat.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was lucky, we'd have chocolate milk with it.
Yeah.
And that was my girl dinner. I could eat that anytime.
Mm-hmm.
I still can eat it anytime.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, Therese and I would have that, and then she would make mac and cheese. And
Mhm.
Therese makes the best Kraft mac and cheese. I know it's from a box. I
Yeah.
don't care. My sister just makes
Oh.
it like an angel. She just
I've
puts the love in it.
Recently, I didn't have milk, okay? And
I'm
I
so
was
sorry.
making mac and cheese, but I had half and half.
Oh.
Game changer.
Thick?
Yeah. Because I don't like soupy mac and cheese. Like,
No.
if I'm going to eat mac and cheese, it's going to be...
Clog my arteries,
Literally.
baby.
And it made it so, like, rich and creamy. I was like, oh my
Like you?
God. Yes. Except the rich part. Just creamy.
Just creamy.
Okay. Let's move on to our fixations. Because I have a lot of fixations right now.
Because it's been so hot, my husband and I have been obsessed with ice cream.
Yes.
I've
I
been
can
to
tell.
Dairy Queen 2 nights in a row.
Orville Dairy Queen ran out of ice cream last night.
Holy crap.
Literally didn't
Because it was
have
so
any.
hot.
I guess, but they literally didn't have any
Well,
ice cream
last
yesterday.
night ended up being perfect. It was so beautiful
Mhm.
out.
Yes, I
So.
totally agree.
Do you just want me to go through mine?
Yeah.
Fan fiction. We'll
Mhm.
talk about the
Yeah.
details and nerd questing, but it's been consuming my life to the point where I'm on Chat GPT
All the time.
pre-plotting my stuff,
Yes.
and then reworking it,
Yeah.
and then taking from that and then writing,
Yes.
which helps me.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you can tell.
Oh, I
I've
can
been
fully
making
tell.
like bigger posts, and yeah. So I have not even been reading this week, which is not like me,
Mhm.
but I was just too hot to do
It was too hot to
anything.
do anything.
So I just watched
yeah.
TikToks.
Mhm.
And while I was just watching TikToks, I encountered. Okay, so I like spooky things. We know I do. We all do.
Mhm.
I am obsessed with like park ranger, like anything happening in like the Appalachian Mountains
Oh, yeah, for sure.
or the forest, any national parks.
Mhm.
And this TikToker guy, who's like a podcast guy, he goes by Cozy Boy,
Mhm.
and his actual handle is Dougie Corrado. So DougieCorrado. And he has been releasing this series from like he's talking to a microphone. So I'm assuming it's a podcast, but of course that's not out.
Mhm.
So I can't get the rest of the story. And he's been talking about these stairs that appear in the woods and that he made the mistake of fucking touching one.
Oh god.
And his friend said he had to pull, he thought he was on these stairs laughing.
Uh-huh.
And his friend who was staring at him said he was completely like catatonic with his eyes rolled back. And so the friend grabbed the guy by the back of his hood and pulled him off. And Cozy Boy was like, "What's up? Why'd you do that, Sam?" Which is the friend's name. And Sam was like, he's like, whoa. Like,
What are you
he
talking
was
about?
shocked. And his friend's like, "Dude, you look like you were having a fucking seizure." And they had gone back because they were at this camp in Michigan, right? Up by like all like in the UP.
Yes.
And they go back and the park ranger just like looks at him and was like, "Did you touch the stairs?" Kind
Oh
of
my
thing.
god.
And he was like, "Well, how'd you know?" Kind of thing. And then the guy, literally the park ranger was like, "Did nothing happen
fully
to you?"
reminds me of As Above, So Below.
Right?
That kind of vibe.
Right. And the park ranger's like, "Well, did anything happen to you?" And he was like, "No." And he's like, "You know, there's women and children here, and because nothing happened to you, something might happen to them." And then something fucking does. Literally,
No.
this woman goes missing in the middle of the night and leaves her son, like packed up the campsite. The son goes and was like, "Hey," wakes people up because he's crying.
Yeah.
And the woman, they all went looking, and this guy, Cozy Boy, and his friend Sam's like, Cozy Boy tells his friend Sam, like, "Listen, I think we should go check where these stairs were." And they go there. The stairs are gone, but the woman is there. But she's like totally zombie-like, and they bring her back, and she's just like sort of like in a fake. Oh my gosh, I'll just have to send them to
Literally,
you.
yeah, you need
Because
to.
it's like a whole story, and we're on part 5. And I'm dying. He hasn't uploaded in like 24 hours. And I have been checking every night and every morning when I wake up.
Yeah.
Because I am hooked. And then I have also total change with this hyperfixation.
Mm-hmm.
The artist Steven Rodriguez, he sings like You Mean It, The Devil Wears Lace. Mm-hmm. He's just got this voice, and he makes me want to like gyrate and rub on things.
Yes.
And so last night, while Andrew and I were in the car, I made him listen to all of my music, and he actually liked it.
Wow.
So, yeah. The end.
Okay, so mine consists of a lot of music. So first I'm going to start with Shark Week.
With Jason Momoa.
With the love of my life. It's been great. Yeah, everything else is music. So Dylan's Dad. If you haven't heard it, listen to it. It's the
Dylan's.
It's the old version. It's the new version of Stacy's mom.
It's great.
It's great. But also, I had to unfollow the artist.
Why? Because she just kept...
She's annoying.
Yeah?
She is fully annoying. I remember I have followed her before because I've listened to her music before. And I was like, I remember why I stopped following you. She's one of those girls that goes singing in like parking garages with other girl singers and in the cars. And I'm like, you are so fucking annoying. And she's on tour right now. And it's just driving me crazy. I had to unfollow it. It's like, I can't be a part of your life anymore right now. I'll come back when you make another banger. Chris Stapleton Radio has been my vibe because Fleetwood Mackie type vibes.
Yeah.
Which introduced me
to the writers of Landslide.
Yes. Which introduced me to Teddy Swims.
No idea.
Oh, don't you worry, you will after today.
Oh, okay.
I've been obsessed with Jelly Roll. I mean, I've already was obsessed with him, but the new song, Only Talk to God When I Need a Favor.
Not listened to it yet.
Oh, God, yes. Still Morgan Wallen, just a different song.
Which one?
It has him and Chris Stapleton in it. Hold on, let me look, because I have it right here. Only Thing That's Gone.
Oh, I don't know.
It's good. Don't worry, you will.
I will.
Because I have been listening to like 6 songs on repeat. And that's it.
Okay.
Same. American Horror Show by Snow Wife, which you will also know if you don't by today.
I don't.
And then Paint It Black, Aaron Kai.
That one I did listen to.
Oh my
because you sent me that one.
Except he doesn't have the part in the song that I want him to put in the song.
What part is it?
The TikTok part.
Oh, when he's like...
beg harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like, I sploosh almost every time.
His mouth.
Oh, his mouth is so perfect.
Literally.
Have you seen it when he's Ghostface? Oh. Don't worry about us.
Don't talk to your girl about a mad stink. Okay. Listen.
But that's it for my hyperfixations.
That's it for mine.
I hope you have a great week. Stay tuned for book club at the end of the month.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this week's episode.
This week's show was recorded by yours truly in our studio in Ohio.
Our show is edited, mixed, and published by the team at Lead Up Studios, and our executive producer is Dustin,
aka Daddy.
You've been listening to the Wife Wednesday podcast.
Until next time,
bye!
You've been listening to the Wife Wednesday Radio Network. Wife Wednesday is produced by Lead Up Studios in St. Louis, Missouri. Sound mastering and final production is handled by me, Dustin. Be sure to find, like, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to share the show with your friends. New episodes from the Wife Wednesday Radio Network drop every Wednesday on all major podcast platforms in the U.S. and abroad. To contact the show directly, please email us at info@wifewednesdaypod.com. Thanks for listening.